Camera in. There.
There we go.
Live.
It's a show now?
It's a show. It's a thing. It's a thing.
All right.
It's a
Very well.
It's a thing we're doing.
Hello. Welcome once again to the Mercenaries of Mischief. Class is in session. I, as always, am your benevolent Dungeon Master, Puck, and I am joined today by these fine adventurers, which I will now name in no sequential order. We have one Kashano the Quick, Bard Extraordinaire, in title only, and also joining us is the Learned Beast Redan, Barbarian Extraordinaire. Also joining us today, one Gilbetta fucking not, Cleric of Soon. She's all blue today. Da-ba-dee-da, da-ba-da-ba-dee-da.
Very blue.
And back again, Lilith. And returning from the shadows, Zavel. Once again, joining back into the party. When last we left our heroes, they were at a fancy party put on by a wealthy lord who they are trying to impress, who may or may not be a ancient warlord.
Fucking is.
Or related to an ancient warlord. It's difficult. But in the middle of the party, a twitchy, screaming fellow with a black hand burst into the door, flanked with two ogres, drank a potion, and hulked the fuck out. And now we join that just in progress. And it's time to roll initiative, everybody.
Oh, shit. Already?
All right.
Yes.
Oh, mercy me.
Oh my goodness.
We're rolling right into combat.
Ooh.
Okay, here we go. Initiate it.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh.
We're rolling high.
Lil is ready to go. And Redan is ready to go.
We didn't even get an opportunity to talk it out with the Goliath, the raging Goliath.
As soon as this guy drank that shit, there was
Kashano,
no more talking.
You gotta give up this talking out shit, because
I reject the notion that we need to enter into combat with everything that looks at us sideways.
This guy is beyond the ability to comprehend your words.
I think I can still do something about that.
All right. Well, you can do your best. All right.
All right.
So this hulking behemoth has burst in, and even now, after he is presumably grown to what you thought was going to be his max height, his skin is still separating from the growth, and he is getting larger. And you can see the fibrous tissue of his muscles knitting back together and attempting to pull the shattered pieces of his flesh back as he just grows larger and larger, and it just bursts and bubbles in sections of himself. And there's bones protruding from certain sections, and then they're slowly covered back up and fed back in.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, it is a horrifying sight.
All right.
Should be. And we're at the top of this with Melissa, or Lilith.
Hi. As Lilith would react, not the party! Why, you buffoons! You ruined this for me! And who's wearing metal?
fucking Lilith.
The ogres are carrying large metal morning stars.
Okay. Are they wearing any metal armor too, or no?
Ooh. What are these guys wearing? Mostly hide.
Okay, all hide.
Yeah, they'd be mostly hide and leather. The only pieces of metal that they have visibly on them right now would be their weapons. However, the guy hulking out has no weapon.
No weapon?
No, he's just
He is a
bare-fisted, like.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Okay. Well, just for funsies, I just want to go ahead and just throw out heat metal since I already said that.
Okay.
So I just tap it and it should appear.
Yep, there you go.
Mm.
All right. So whose metal are you heating?
I guess whoever you can pick DM.
All right. Well,
one of the ogres.
One of the ogres. So we'll say ogre number 1.
Okay.
His morning star heats up bright red, and he ends up actually having to drop it.
Lilith will back out though to definitely keep some distance as far as she can.
Okay, so as you see on the map here, the room is laid out roughly in that regard. So down at the bottom section where the doors are, that's where they've come in at.
Lilith would be in the opposite.
Yeah, okay, it's just like as far back as you want to get.
Okay, and as well, is she able to have enough time to also look around the room to see what she could plan for next?
She could definitely take a look around. Actually, roll a perception check before you end your turn for me.
Okay. Whoops. Come on. Show me the stuff. I can't get back. There we go. Nope. There we go. No, it's not. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. I'm sure you get there.
Where am I?
There you go.
Okay, there it is. Sorry. All right, perception. There we go.
All right, yeah, you don't see shit. Okay, you kind of take a step back and maybe duck behind the pillars of one of these tables.
Lilith's just so angry right now. Take that, you ugly behemoth, you!
All right, next up in this cavalcade of 20s that we've got going on here,
I'm not included in that shit.
Yeah, no, we go into Zavel. Now, Zavel, you have snuck into this party because you heard that this is where they were going, but you didn't get your invitation. So you did what you normally do in this regard, and you kind of made yourself someone's date and made your way in. You kind of let everybody do their own thing and kept out of the fray, but now you find this enormous goon pushing in, and he's pointing at Kashano looking to wreck his shit. So how are you going to take it from here?
Well, Zavel's going to, because I'm assuming people have, like, dispersed in the panic.
Yeah, people are like running out to the sides and trying to find cover. This guy's at the main entrance of this place, so some people are trying to duck in behind this crew and get out.
Yeah, out of like the gaggle of screaming people like in the corners, Zavel's going to casually kind of lift up a skirt that he was under, hanging out at the party, and he's going to aim at this thing and take a shot with his crossbow.
Are you going to shoot at the big goon or the 2 ogres?
He's going to shoot at the big one. Go big or go home. What the fuck?
All right, go for the big guy. Go for the big guy. Throw that attack for me. All right.
Whoa.
That's a solid hit.
Nice.
The bolt whizzes through the air, catches him in the neck, and a spurt of blood, like under high pressure, juts out. And then the sinewy muscle begins to wrap around the arrow, snap it in half, and pull it into the body.
Oh my
He's gonna
god.
vomit quietly in his mouth and just kind of drop the skirt back over him. And into turn.
Okay. So you guys, the rest of the party sees a crossbow bolt fly out of the crowd, and then you see a halfling ducking back under a dress. I imagine everyone just assumes that it is Isabel.
What the fuck?
Next up is Kashano.
All right, so what's the layout? Are they still like big guy at the center, ogre on either side?
Yeah, they're right at the entrance.
Okay. And one of the ogres has hot metal?
One of the ogres has a red hot mace that he's dropped on the ground, and he's just kind of looking at it, trying to fan it down so he can pick it up again.
I am going to attempt to cast Crown of Madness on the other ogre.
Okay.
That is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, well, ogres aren't renowned for their incredible wisdom, so that's probably a good way to go.
Yeah.
People don't often seek out like ancient ogre shamans for incredible wisdom.
Exceedingly rare in my experience.
Speak to me, ogre. Tell me what I need to know.
Tell me.
Nope, that is a jack dice. There we go. So does he need to get higher than 7?
Yes.
Okay, well, he does not do that.
So
He is crowned with madness.
I look at the big guy and I say, "Are you sure that you trust your companions? That one has madness in his eyes." And I make him attack the one who's unarmed.
All right. So, okay, we'll go. That guy's got madness now. All right. How long does that crown of madness last?
The crown of madness lasts up to 1 minute.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna click on it for you. That'll probably be easier.
The big goon-looking guy doesn't even look. He's just transfixed on you.
Very nice. Where's my crown of madness? There's the deeds.
All right. So we get to Redan.
Okay, so last time you had mentioned display cases full of mysterious weapons.
There's all manner of stuff in this place. It's like a museum. There's suits of armor. There's all kinds of cases of weapons around. If you want to make a quick perception check, you can certainly look around.
Oh, that will make me so happy.
Okay.
Let me find perception. All right.
Oh my god! If you roll a fucking.
Oh,
Oh.
damn it.
So with a 9, let me tell you what happens. You roll your 9 and you find a pair of daggers in a glass case near you. They are designed in such a way that they appear as leaves.
Yeah, that's not going to work for Redan's style. So he was moving up to the door beforehand.
What's that?
He was moving up to the door when we last left.
Okay.
Am I semi-close enough to an ogre to pick up that heated metal flail or morning star?
You can certainly give it a shot.
So I've got 30 base speed, so I would like to move towards and grab that.
Okay, you're gonna move up and grab it. Go for it.
All right.
Paint me a picture on this. What does it look like? Because I imagine you're gonna follow this up with an attack, right?
If possible, yes, there will be an attack afterwards. So
Okay,
I would say
So paint a picture with your words. How does this unfold? How does Redan do this?
Redan was
Running up on this guy, mace is on the floor, he's fanning it with his hands. Go.
Redan's gonna just come right up, shoulder charge in,
Right?
sweep up the morning star, and try to hit one of the knees.
Okay. All right. So this is. Let's give you an athletics check with this.
That sounds fair.
And if you do really well, I'll give you advantage on the attack. And if you do really poorly, you'll get disadvantage.
Ooh.
All right, you get an advantage on that attack.
Sweet.
Damn.
So I'm assuming that pickup was a bonus action.
Yeah, that's part of your movement. You did really well, so it's like one fluid motion where you charge in, pick up the mace, and go for the legs.
Can I rage at the same time?
No, I won't give you your rage yet. You got to wait till next turn.
Okay, that is fair. What am I rolling in terms of damage for? Oh, I guess I should roll an attack first.
Would you have a proficiency with this?
I'm assuming so.
All right, roll your regular attack, and I'll let you know what your damage would be.
Okay. Where's the D20 on this, just to see if I hit?
Should be just on the side.
I've never been able to find this.
There's like a bar on the left side, and then right under the clock, there's a dice,
I don't see
and then there's a D20.
There's a way to type
Far
this.
left side.
Roll /roll 20 or something like that.
Slash
Yeah,
R
slash
D20.
roll, yeah, slash R space D20.
Yeah, there you go. All right,
That
that's
was
good
even
enough.
at advantage.
Yeah, that's a good enough ogre hit. Roll another one to see if you get a 20. Because you got to see if you get a crit. Could be amazing.
Please.
No, that's
You
the
jinxed it. You jinxed it.
opposite. That's okay. But that's okay. That's better than the number you would have gotten.
Yes.
So
At least that's out of the way.
you do manage to get a hit on that, so you need to roll 2d8s worth of bludgeoning damage for me. That's your proficiency to that. All right.
And then on top of that, there would be +4 from strength, and another 2 for the rage, and another 2 for the size.
Right, but you weren't able to rage yet.
Correct. My bad.
Yeah. All
So
right.
13 total.
13 total. Okay. He takes that, and his knee kind of buckles, and he puts a hand down to the ground. He's like, "Oh!" And you take a small amount of damage from holding that red hot burning mace.
I would assume so.
Do I have to wait until it's my turn to turn it off?
Yes, you do.
Wee.
He takes 7 damage from holding the red hot burning mace.
Sounds good.
All right.
Oh,
So now we've gone through all those folks. We're up to Gilbetta. So you guys are lucky. You guys are all going before these guys.
What about Yeeby?
Yeeby is doing other. Look, I'll take care of Yeeby's turn. I'm working Yeeby's turn behind the scene because none of y'all can see him. He's a goblin, but he's not allowed in fancy parties. All right. Sorry.
yeah. It's not.
You're
it's
not.
there.
The rest of society is not as progressive as your organization.
Oh.
What do you got, Gilbetta?
At the big fucking Hulk man, Jolbetta says, I told you to fuck off the first time that I saw you.
All right.
And then she's going to give him a little guiding bolt.
Okay.
What's a 12?
That's not enough for him at this point. The guiding bolt, he kind of like moves more quickly than you would expect a creature that size to move, and kind of sidesteps your guiding bolt.
Jolbetta goes, the fuck?
And then bubbles and grows a bit more. One arm's longer than the other at this point.
And then as kind of just an extra action, just because she's like, the fuck, she's gonna pull her shield out.
Okay. Also, I want you to make a perception check from where you were standing as well.
17.
Okay. You see the good Lord there with frick, I forgot his name and I wrote it down here somewhere.
With Frick,
Lord Zelos.
the Frick Lord.
Yeah. Lord Zelos the Third.
Uh-huh.
He is holding a crushed glass in his hand. And
Like-
there's blood dripping down from his hand into the pile of
Like he was pissed
Fluid.
and
like he was holding, and he's not like holding it up, but it's at his side. And you see Owen Stone run up to him.
Oh.
You hear him say, "Oh, and it would appear that we have an uninvited guest." He says, "Yes, I'll get right on it. See to it that you do, and
Oh God.
make sure the other level is safe."
Oh.
And
Snap.
he says, "As you wish, sir." And he kind of bows away, and he goes and opens up a wall panel and starts moving glowing runes around.
I'm gonna watch the shit out of what he's doing. Clearly.
This is some shit.
This is
Meanwhile,
what the
hulking out Goon, seeing Redan charge at his ogre, looks down at Redan, who is on the floor after making his mace swing, goes to grab Redan's leg with his giant hulking mitt. And he gets a 18 against your AC, Redan.
That'll hit.
So his giant meaty fist wraps around your leg, and you can feel it pulse as it grows again. And then in one fluid motion, he swings his arm and launches you at Kashano.
Nice. I like this guy.
Don't befriend the fucking.
So
Don't turn
he
on
makes a ranged attack against Kashano with a projectile known as Redan.
With an improvised weapon.
And with that improvised attack, he gets a 17 against your AC, Kashano.
14.
Okay.
I don't get a dex save on this?
He just did it in one motion.
Can't dodge a Redan?
can't dodge a Redan today.
I just imagine Kashana's like, Redan!
Kashano, you take 16 bludgeoning damage from getting hit with Redan. Redan, you take 8 bludgeoning damage from traveling across the room and hitting Kashano.
All right, you got it.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
What?
Next up, we got the ogre with the crown of madness, and he
Wow.
on the damaged ogre and tries to take a swing at him.
Yeah.
And he does not so great. He only gets a 13, which is actually enough to actually hit him.
Okay.
So he swings at his ogre friend, and he does 10 damage to him. So that guy's not having a great time.
Okay. He does get to make a wisdom saving throw at the end of his turn.
All right, well, he doesn't have remarkable wisdom, and he still doesn't save for nothing. So the other guy, seeing that his mace is just bolted across the room now, reaches into his belt and pulls out a javelin and hucks it at Gilbetta.
Whoa!
And he gets a 23 on that roll.
My shield didn't do shit.
And Gilbetta gets hit with 7 piercing damage as you're struck with this giant javelin spear. And we go back to the top of the round with Lilith. Oh, and that's right.
Oof. Oof, 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 oof. All right.
Gilbetta says,
All
shit.
right, all right. So
This is not ideal.
quick question,
Sure.
because I've never done the whole spell things a lot. If I cast an invisibility, and if that does that mean that that person has disadvantage attacking you, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I'm going to cast invisibility on Redan.
Okay. That's gonna weird the fuck out of Kashano because he just got hit with Redan and then just in a pile on the floor and then he just disappears.
Lil will be like, Redan, get your ass back in the battle!
Invisible.
Invisible!
Nice.
And Gilbetta's just thinking about how sick she is of this fucking romance already.
And
All
can I try looking around once again to see what's around the room? As a
Sure,
bonus
give me
or no?
another perception check.
Okay, you are so kind. Finally.
Oh,
Oh!
All right, now we'll all know what the heck's going on.
here's all the colors.
So here's
Let's
what
have
you
fun,
see.
you guys.
You see in the commotion, in the rushing of the crowd, you see on the far side of the room where you are, 3 people open up a case that slides open to reveal a passageway. They all slip inside and then it closes again.
Oh, but I'm looking for things that I think that's going to be.
That you think is going to be helpful?
Yeah.
All right. So you see
Sorry, I
that
didn't
happen.
specify.
No, that's okay. You see that happen, and things that could be helpful. You do see again that giant sword with the spikes on it. You also
Alright, so
see a what appears to be a mace made out of a dragon's claw.
Mace.
Yeah, so it has like the
Cool.
wooden hilt, and then it's just like this massive lizard claw at the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't use any of those, but I will yell at Redan if he wants to use any of those.
Yes,
Okay.
my favorite.
And I'll just yell, yeah, and then just and then I guess I'm gonna I guess keep the heat metal on so the ogre still doesn't get it, so you can go after the other weapons?
Well, you could try to maintain the
Overthinking?
concentration, but I believe as soon as you tried to cast another spell, you lost the concentration on it.
Oh, I'm learning so much today. Okay,
That's okay.
good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Okay.
All right.
Well, there's that.
So next up, Zavel. So yeah, this guy that you shot an arrow to basically absorbed the arrow into his neck and then threw this giant man across the room.
Man, fuck this shit. I don't know who they pissed off. I just came here for a good time and
Well, you recognize this guy from back on the docks. This is the same dude that was all tweaky and screamy from when you guys first arrived in Waterdeep.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah, it's the guy that.
Okay.
Oh, fuck pissant.
Well, I'm going to do a stealth check and try to shoot this bitch in the eye and try to stay as hidden as I can.
Okay.
Because if he can throw that big motherfucker across the room, I don't want any of it.
He can throw you all the way across the water, dude.
You say Zavel's just gonna be like, "We're blasting off again."
Fuck Tribor!
Disappears.
Man, your attack rolls are insane.
Yeah, Zavel traditionally has very good attack rolls.
Trek.
Well, look, that's
He's-
rogues. That's rogues
Going
for
for the
you.
left eye.
Yeah, you're going for the left
Yeah.
eye. All right, give me another roll because I got to give you the disadvantage on that, unless you're using your wizard scope. It's a one shot to use the wizard scope.
Forgot about that.
You'd be stuck till next long rest.
No, it's not. It's not. We're not at that point where we need to crank it up to 11 just yet.
Okay. So give me
We're
another
not ready
roll
to
because
be
I'm going to give you
another licking
disadvantage
wizard.
on this called shot. All right. So 14 is still enough. It hits him in the eye and he goes, "Gah!" And again, you can see his face begins to distort and you can see the flesh growing over it as though healing too quickly and starts to bulge and snaps off the end of the arrow. But he no longer has use of that eye.
Yes, my plan is working.
Sweet.
But he does turn his attention in your direction
Hmm.
to see
Can
where that
I-
arrow came from. And
can
you
I
did not do a very good stealth roll that
do,
time.
like crawl?
No, you already did your stealth rolls, Avel.
No, I'm talking about movement, not stealth.
Oh, no, you can do your movement. Where do you want to move?
Shit. I don't
Away.
know where I am in relation to.
Okay, so let's say he's up by the doorway, and you're over on the left side by this gargoyle statue.
You know what? I think he's gonna stay stationary,
Okay,
just in case, because that stealth roll was kind of shit. And I
okay,
think he might attract more attention to himself by moving.
okay.
So
So
we'll just
that-
wreck on that.
All right, that woman that you were hiding under her dress, she's gone. She's 100% done with it. And he goes down another number. All right. So from Zavel, we go into Kashano.
Okay. What's my status here? Am I pinned?
You
underneath
are
that?
prone underneath a Redan.
Okay. Well, so the spell just says I've got to use my action to maintain control over the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
So, seeing as I don't think I'm getting out from under Redan anyways, I don't know. Would I be able to use my movement to stand up, or am I pinned down?
Well, I don't know. Give me a Constitution save to see if you can maintain concentration when hit with a Redan.
It doesn't necessarily
with
say
that.
it's concentration. It just says you have
Yeah, but I'm the dungeon master.
to. All right.
Still good.
But
So you
Wow.
maintain concentration.
as far as
So
movement
you-
goes, though, am I pinned?
Yes, you can still move.
Really?
So I am going to use my action to maintain concentration. I think I'm going to. Hey, Mannix here.
Hey, Code Maddox, you're on.
I think I'm going to
Ew.
probably
Thank you.
have him switch targets. Now, do I get to specify the attack, or do I just get to choose a target for him? I'm not sure. How
You just get to pick a target at the beginning, and then you kind of have to maintain concentration to him.
Oh, it can't change targets midstream.
No, he just has
Okay.
his madness, and that's
I guess he's just going to keep killing his friend then.
okay.
And yeah, I'm going to
Incredible.
squirm out from under Redan and get. wherever I can find cover within the rest of my movement. Which I guess.
All right, there's a lot of pillars and cabinets and cases. This center first group of 2 cabinets here, Redan pretty much smashed through the first group when he hit you.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna try to get behind a side pillar, so I can't have any more creatures thrown at me.
Okay. All right, and then we get to Redan.
All right. So, seeing as I'm not raging, I'm pretty sure I heard what Lilith said about those 2 cases. Are either of them close to me?
The case with the dragon claw mace is close to you.
Okay. I'm going to move over there quickly.
Okay.
And just take a peek. Does it look very what's the word I'm looking for? Does it look very, yeah, is it going to break easily?
You wouldn't know until you picked it up.
Okay.
Oh, well, I'm not going to pick it up. I've got this Morning Star.
Okay.
I'm going to smash it down as hard as I possibly can.
Okay. Lilith, did you end your burning on that? You did, because you cast another spell. All right. So, all right. Are you going after the goon, or are you going after one of the ogres?
I want the case. I want to smash the case.
Okay, you smash the case.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be...
Just give me a basic attack roll.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's enough for the case. You smash it open. It's not. It's display glass. It's not particularly.
Oh, thank God! I was thinking magically fortified. And I will drop the mace and Morningstar and pick up the mace.
Okay, you pick up the mace.
And I don't think I can move again, but if I can, I'll go whatever distance towards the goon.
You get about half your movement because you had to get up.
Okay.
So you could get up to the big guy because he's advanced on you.
Actually, I'm gonna step away.
Okay. Well, you're invisible, so that's pretty easy.
Sweet. And then what are the stats for this mace?
All right. Well, you pick it up, and the stats are 1d4. It's way lighter than it should be.
God damn it! Wrong case.
It's way lighter than it should be, and you feel like it's not made out of the materials that it appears to be.
I guess we're going for the bleeding sword next round.
I love how everybody's just laughing at his misfortune. So
God
great.
damn it.
All right. So that's Redan's go. Then we go to Jabetta.
That's too much. It's too much. So he's focused on where Isabel was now, right?
Yeah, he's focused in that direction.
And there's one ogre that we haven't hit at all, right? Yet, right?
No, but that ogre is currently attacking the other ogre.
Oh, right.
I have him through.
Right, because I forgot about the Crown of Madness. Well, I guess Jobetta is going to the one that is being attacked by the other one.
Okay.
Yeah. She's gonna hit him with the Moonstone Punisher, not using the divine energy.
All right, you're gonna advance up on them?
Yeah.
All right. So you go into the thick of it.
Yeah.
And you go to make a swing at this guy. Give me
No.
an attack roll.
Nope.
No, that's not going to do it. The melee of the two ogres going back and forth is just not something that you can get hold of. And yeah, then we go into the goon.
Hold on.
Oh no, what are you going to do?
As a bonus action, I'm going to find the fucking spell. Hold on. Sorry. As a bonus action, I am going to cast Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
It's up to 6 creatures.
Okay. Does it say you need to be able to see them? Because right now you can't see Redan.
Yeah, so I can't do Redan.
Okay.
But I'm going to boost Actually, I'm just gonna do healing word on Kashana.
Okay.
So
You and him are the only ones who have taken damage at this point. So.
yeah.
All right. So
Let's do healing
Kashano
word.
gets 5 HP.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So now it's the goon's turn. The goon, coming up to the corridor of cases in front of him, does a big wind up with one arm and does a sweeping strike across them, reducing them all to flinders and sending a wave of fast-moving mixtures of artifacts and wood and glass spraying across the room in a cone. Everyone make a dexterity save.
I am behind a pillar.
Make a dexterity save anyway.
Where is it?
Nothing's working. We need Owen Stone.
All right, so the only person who doesn't make it is Gilbetta and Zavel.
Great. I'm all about the wisdom, okay?
Gilbetta and Zavel, you guys take 8 damage from the shrapnel of this just flying across the room, striking you in bits and pieces.
I'm like literally a fish out of water, okay? Like I don't.
You're having a bad time, and it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, Madness Ogre tries to take a swing at his ogre friend. Just not rolling good at all. So he gets a whole 9, which isn't enough. And let's see if he's got the wisdom to save. No, still doesn't. So he's going to be mad forever. And just going to be mad all the time. And this new ogre is going to try to unarmed strike Gilbetta since he doesn't have any melee weapons anymore because somebody stole his mace and flew across the room.
And find another ogre, but ignore that. Okay.
Yeah, look, he's very focused. And plus, Gilbetta just took a swing at him, and it's not his buddy. And plus, his buddy doesn't really hit him very well. So, anyways, I'm doing a thing.
Yeah,
I picked the stupid one.
I can just imagine the ogre being like, "Bruh, can you stop?" Like, just
How does 20 grab you, Gilbetta?
fuck.
All right.
Not.
So you take 8 damage as a big meaty ogre fist hits you.
Oh my god, Gilbetta's not okay.
And
Gilbetta's not okay.
the clock ticks down. All right. So we go back to the top of the round with Lilith.
Okay.
Ready.
Seeing how Gilbetta got hit, I'm not exactly how bad you were doing at the moment, but just to make sure, I will cast I guess as a bonus action, cast a healing word on her.
Okay.
Praise.
Is that it? No. Cast at level 1? Sure.
All right.
What'd that do?
No, I didn't do the healing. You're just going to have to roll for that one.
Oh,
shit.
4 plus your spell casting. I just did the attacks. I apologize.
My bad. I have to actually. Can you roll for me?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry. I didn't run to get my thing. It's a 1d4 plus 5.
All right. So you get,
Wow.
you get 6 HP. You asked me to roll for you. I'm sorry. You get 6 HP, Javetta.
You're fired.
That's fair.
Good, man.
My dice.
All right. So, what else you do?
Oh yeah, I still have an action.
That was your bonus action.
That was my bonus. All right. I will take a shot at the do any of them look like they're hurt, or they all look pretty fine? We haven't done shit yet, have we?
the one ogre who's been damaged a bit is looking pretty rough.
Okay.
this goon, like his skin is separating in massive cracks all over his body, and they're all beginning to bleed now. But they're all attempting to re-stitch themselves with muscle sinew over and over again.
That's disgusting. I'll just try to go ahead and finish up that ogre that looks like he's not doing so well then.
Okay.
Finish him.
Finish him.
All right. So you nail him with a good amount of piercing damage. He's struck with an arrow, and he's looking pretty bloodied at this point. But he's not quite dead.
Okay, and I will continue to try to always stay as far as I can from these guys.
All right. At this point, you now see 3 suits of armor move to life and advance on the ogres.
What?
Owen!
And you can see from Owen Stone's manipulations on this kind of runestone board that something is happening.
Lilith she's just slack-jawed at the moment, like, what the?
There's all kinds of shit unfolding here.
It's just so much to process.
All right.
All right, that's it.
Okay, and then we go into Zavel.
Oh man, so Zavel is moving very slowly, using his movement to take cover under like anything within 5-15 feet of him.
Okay, you can get behind one of the pillars.
Okay, that's what he'll do. He'll slink over there like an unfixed cat, no problem.
Okay.
And he's going to take a stealth, and he's going to mutter some bullshit about, an eye for an eye makes this stupid bitch blind, and take a cold shot at that unwounded eye on that goon.
Okay.
So
right.
I will do that stealth first. I'll take the shot, and
right.
I guess take the second shot and take the disadvantage.
All right. Show me what you got. Let's see them rolls. Not the best stealth roll, but ooh.
Wow.
You doubled up on 21s?
That's awesome.
This.
Zavel always has the best dice.
Dude,
I know.
I mean, his date
man.
Lady Luck herself.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So you nail him in the other eye with this arrow, and again, but his head begins to grow and distort in all kinds of odd shapes, and he's kind of holding his face and screaming, and blood is dripping down everywhere now.
Oh,
and
it's just going to turn into a bomb and blow up.
Oh my gosh.
We get to Redan.
All right.
Oh, sorry, not Redan, Kashano, then Redan. Sorry, you all rolled 20s.
yeah, right. And then Jobetta.
What do you got?
Do a perception.
Sure.
What's the room like at this point? Who's left? Oh, that's. Where are we at?
So you do a perception check, look around the room. At this point, you see that Yibi has snuck in, and he's got a bundle of weapons in his arms and 2 weapons slung over his back. And he's kind of like hanging back against the wall, kind of slinking through, trying to get to you guys.
Awesome.
The other thing you notice is that Lord Zelos has opened up a panel in the wall and is holding what looks like a crossbow made of pure obsidian. And he is taking aim at these attackers.
I want. That sounds awesome.
Okay. Is Redan still invisible? Do I see where he is?
No, you can't see Redan with perception. He is invisible to the naked eye.
Okay.
As long as Lilith continues to concentrate on him.
Okay. I'm gonna maintain control over that ogre.
Okay.
At least keep him out of commission for another turn.
Okay.
But I am going to. Fuck. I am going to come out from behind the pillar, and Yeah, my goal is to try to distract them to move away from where Yibi is.
Okay.
I'm gonna move towards the furthest opposite corner from Yibi to try to make some space. So hopefully he can get some weapons into Radan and everybody. And as I'm yelling, I'm just gonna go, "I'm right here, motherfucker!"
All right.
No.
The ogre that isn't currently mad looks at you, and the goon turns his face in your direction, and a massive eye opens up out of the bulbous portion of his head.
Ew.
Oh my god.
What is this, Resident Evil 2?
What the
Close.
shit?
And it becomes transfixed on you.
Ugh.
And Kashano's like, regret.
Yeah.
YOLO!
All right, Radan, you're up.
All right, so Radan is pissed he's wasted so much time with this shitty weapon.
Okay.
Dropping the piece of crap,
Okay.
picking up the Morning Star again,
Okay.
and running over towards the goon, where
Okay.
he just saw this eye pop open, and I'm called shot, raging as I get over there,
Oh my
and I'm trying to smash that sucker in two.
Okay. Go for it.
So it'll be a normal
Give me,
roll.
you get your normal roll because your rage cancels it out.
Okay, it should be this.
Okay. That's not enough for where he's at this point.
Didn't think so.
So you take a swing, and actually as you go down to take the swing, after you've hulked out to your massive size from your rage, one hand comes up and stops the mace.
This is not going well.
And then the eye turns to you.
No.
Also not going well.
Wait, isn't he invisible though?
He's not invisible after he attacks.
Nope.
That's when
Oh, I should use the other spell then. Okay, sorry guys.
Well, hey, you
again,
kept him
learning
safe
more.
while he looked for weapons and did stuff, so that was good. And now we're up to Gilbetta. What do you got, Gilbetta?
Gilbetta's like,
You just took a haymaker from this ogre.
yeah,
Like,
right? She says, I'm not worth shit today. But so I'm not worth shit. Let me help. And so she casts Bliss.
Okay.
On Lord Zealous.
Okay.
Radan. And Zabel.
Okay.
Because I can do it on three.
All right. You guys are blessed. And what does bless do? What powers does this bestow on them?
So it gives them, they can add a D4
Excellent.
to an attack roll or a saving throw.
Excellent.
And it lasts up to a minute with concentration.
That's good to know. So that should help them do damage.
Yeah,
Next up, it's Goon's turn.
great.
Goon rears up one arm and goes to take a swing at Radan now that he's come up and made his appearance known.
You get advantage on this because I'm reckless.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
All right. That's a crit. So that's a natural 20.
Happily, I take half damage.
You take half of 13 damage. So you take half of 13 damage.
Oh,
right.
okay.
And then he swings with the other arm.
Oh, my goodness.
And his advantage roll on that one is a 19 versus your AC.
That'll hit.
All right. And he rolled way better dice that time than he did on his crit. So on that one, you get 13, 15, 19. So 24 bludgeoning damage with the second punch. So it's like a 1-2. One fist goes up into his stomach, and you see the giant, raged out version of Radan move up off his feet. And then you see the second one come across his face.
Well, Radan at this point is
It shakes the room.
Good. Yeah, he's not looking good.
It's some Dragon Ball Z type shit where you hit him and you can feel the shockwave move through the room.
It's all right.
This guy is bleeding way more than he was at the start of this fight, and you can see it's getting harder and harder for the muscles to hold the body together.
Mm.
And he's beginning to drool this thick black liquid now.
Ew.
At this point, Lord Zelos III takes a shot at the ogres. And it's like a beam of light shoots across the room, followed by a flaming bolt that explodes into the ogre.
Awesome.
Did the Mad Ogre take an attack?
Oh yes, the Mad Ogre is going to take his attack right after Lord Zelos does. But first, Lord Zelos does a bunch of damage to the one that Gilbetta is fighting. And he is rocked. He has to take a step back from the attack.
Uh-huh.
And then his friend takes a swing at him. So he's just having the worst time ever. But his friend only rolls a 12, which is still enough. And hits him for another 12 damage.
Good lord.
And this guy is barely holding together. He's very bloodied. He's just not doing well. And he tries to take a swing back at his friend now because he's had enough of this shit. And he hits him, but he doesn't have a mace anymore, so he doesn't do as much damage. He only does 8. So that guy, those two are fighting each other now. And we go back to the top of the round with Lilith.
Okay. Let's finish off that ogre that's hanging by a thread, so the other ogre can go after that mush thing. Oh, whatever it is. All right.
Gross, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
not great.
Good.
It's not a great number.
No, it's not at all good.
Okay, but you do get to add 4 to that. A D4. Do you want me to roll it?
Okay. Please. I don't have my dice on me.
Did Lilith get your bless, or was it?
No, I didn't get it.
Oh, no, you didn't get the bless. That's right. Sorry, never mind.
I'm not blessed.
Okay, never mind. That's not enough then. All right, so after Lilith, we go into Zavel. What do you got for me to Zavel? This hulking out dude is bleeding.
Bunch of shitty eye puns and some prayers that like he doesn't see me.
Vicious mockery.
Man. So the hulky dude is transfixed on Rodan right now?
Yeah, he's transfixed on Rodan right now. Because Rodan ran up on him and swung a mace, and he was like,
Fuck. How far away is he from me?
He is about 20 feet away from you.
Okay. I'm going to... Is there another pillar nearby?
No, you're at the farthest pillar in the room right now.
Fuck me sideways. Okay.
At the back of the room is Lord Zelos and Owen Stone. And Lord Zelos, of course, is armed with his obsidian crossbow. And Owen Stone is moving some things around, and these suits of armor have almost made it to the ogres now.
Okay, so, you know what? As much as Zavel really likes taking on things that are 10 times his size, he's gonna take a shot at that bloodied ass ogre and just put it out of its misery. Because he has a feeling if he takes a shot at this weird ass eye, it's never going to end, and we're not going to do that. And he's too close for comfort, so he's going to take a shot at that ogre.
Very well.
So he's going to stealth and shoot, and basically do his thing.
All right.
It's not going to be any type of called shot, though.
Okay. So you are blessed, so you can add there you go.
Damn.
Freaking rogues every time.
Could I use that D4 for, like, how long does that, because that's not going to stay on me forever. Can I just use that D4 now for that stealth and just get out the way so it's not wasted?
I think it just goes for
Is it just attack?
Yeah, it's just
It's attack and saving
throws.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? Timora loves me, and deep down somewhere in Jobetta's cold heart, she loves me too. So I'll be okay with that fact.
All right. Yeah.
Whoa.
You ruined this ogre.
Isabel's trying to start a fight.
The arrow comes out, and you thread the arrow like through the ogre's head,
Sweet.
and it
It's
just
like,
drops
boom,
down dead.
headshot.
Just toast.
That's awesome.
All right. So after Zavel, we go to Kashano.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens with the Crown of Madness now the target's dead? Can he change it or does it dispel?
It dispels now.
Okay.
Mm.
So Kashano is going to attempt to cast the spell again. This time, wait, I should ask: is the goon within melee range of the living ogre?
Not quite. He's currently tied up with Redan, so
Okay.
he can't make a swing directly at him. He'd have to move.
Do I get to command him to move, or does he have to be within range?
You don't get to command him to move. You give him a target, and then he wants to attack that target.
We'll go to. Okay, so all right, cool. Then I am going to attempt to cast Crown of Madness on the goon.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a Wisdom save 13.
All right. Wisdom save 13.
Please be a dumb goon.
He is a dumb goon, but your Crown of Madness doesn't affect him.
Then as a bonus action, I'm going to say, Redan, you've got this. He's a little bitch. And give a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
D6 to it.
This is inspiring.
And try to maintain my position as far away as possible.
All right. So Redan is inspired. That's the end of Krishano's go, and now it's Redan's turn. So you
He's
just got
inspired
one.
and blessed.
Yes, you just got 1-2 punched by this dude.
Yeah, and I'm like shaky as I'm on the ground, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
What does the Bardic Inspiration do, and can it stack with Bless?
So bardic inspiration.
I believe it's just like checks and saves, if I'm not
Yeah, I
mistaken.
think it's like a 1d8 or
D-
1d6 or some shit.
D4, I think D4 or D6. So
Yeah.
As a bonus action, a creature.
There you
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
D6. Yeah, it's a D6.
Yeah.
Add a d6 to a roll. You can wait until after you roll, but before you hear the result.
Yeah, I'd say you could stack it. You have both.
All right, then. Yeah, Redan's gonna stand up, and
Okay.
as one last Hail Mary, he's just gonna go again.
Okay.
So this
Dead
is
swing.
Reckless, and I'm throwing both of them on there. So, Morning Star,
Mm.
All right.
Go!
and then attack roll saving. Oh, I don't even need them.
All right. Yeah, you don't even
No.
need the additional. So you swing up with the Morning Star, you hit him, and you hear an audible crack as you put all your strength into the swing. And his neck snaps to the side and kind of
Oh.
hangs there. And then eventually the muscles kind of pull it back into place.
So
Gross.
is he kind of
And
like
horrible.
this now?
And it's his jaw is like hanging partially off, and now this black ooze is just like a waterfall coming out onto the ground.
Okay, now I recognize there's going to be an attack of opportunity if I try this, but Redan's going to try to dive away.
Okay.
And yeah, dive away to try to move.
Okay.
You can use your bless or inspiration for this, I think.
Oh shit,
Right.
you're right, I can.
So that's saying a lot for Zavel.
It's true. All right. So he takes a swing at you, and he gets a 19 on his attack roll.
Okay, so my AC when I'm raging is 16.
Okay.
And if you want to roll some dice for me for a bless and or an inspiration.
Okay. What are we blessing or inspiring here?
I'm pretty sure one of them can be used on a saving throw.
Okay.
Inspiration can be used on a saving throw.
Right, but there's no save right now. You're just taking a hit.
Oh shit. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is an attack on AC.
There's you just
Yeah, this isn't like This isn't a spell. This is a fist.
Firing his will to live.
True.
All right, so this is 15 damage.
Yep, Redan crumples to the ground.
So you go to dive away and a fist catches you in the back and you just move away with more velocity. Tumble to the ground. All right. So Redan, are you unconscious or are you...
I'm sitting at -2.
Okay, Redan is unconscious. He's on the ground. So he I imagine when you're unconscious, he retract back to normal size. Yeah. He shrinks back down. But he's like, did he just knock the giant out of Redan? All right.
Oh my gosh.
Now it's Jobetta's turn.
Yeah. Literally. All right. So what are we looking at? We got the one that had Crown of Madness.
Yeah, the one that had Crown of Madness is the only one that's left alive for the ogres. He just took a little bit of damage from the other ogre. And then you still have the goon going.
No. Okay. Okay.
What do you got?
So Jobetta's not feeling great, and Redan not.
Yeah, Redan is right out.
Jobetta.
You're cutting in and out.
It's the Lune in her life right now.
Okay.
And preserve life, which is.
Oh yeah, Feldspar is asking if Redan halved the damage he took on that last hit.
Yeah, that was half.
Okay.
My question is, did you roll advantage on that to try to get a crit too?
Yes, it did.
Well,
All right.
Take.
Sorry, what was that, Jabetta? You cut out again.
Yeah, we're losing you.
What? Okay. I'm gonna. So it's 15. Now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Preserve life.
All right. So 15. Yes, preserve life. 15. 12 to Redan, and 3 to myself.
Okay. So Redan, you get 12 HP.
Nice.
Jabetta gets 3.
Understood. Thank you.
All right. And then it's the goon's turn. And he is going to take a swing at Jabetta now. Oh, no, wait, no. His next target that he was going to focus on was Kashano, because Kashano made a spectacle of himself.
Yeah.
So he thunders across the room and the ground begins to shake as he rushes towards you.
Thunders.
Question.
And as he rushes towards me, I say, "Oh Lord, he's coming!" And that's
So-
cutting words right there.
He's leaving my area.
Yep.
So technically I'm on the ground. Do I get an attack?
Nah, because you moved out of range when you did your leap, and between the leap and the punch, you kind of slid out of the way.
All right, that's fair.
All right. So he goes to grab Kashano. And for his grab roll, he does a 24.
Not gonna help much.
Yeah, so a giant,
Dragon
bloody,
beast.
sinewy fist wraps around you, Kashano. And the big eye just kind of looks you in the face, and then you are whipped at Lord Zelos and Owen Stone. And he misses them. So they're doing their thing, and then Kashano hits the wall beside them. Kashano,
How dead am I?
you are not in the greatest of shape. You take 15 bludgeoning damage from that hit as you just implant into the wall and peel off slowly.
Kushano is barely conscious. Or alive. I don't know. You tell me if he's conscious. He's got one point.
And the goon puts one hand on the ground and is breathing heavily and just spitting up torrents of this thick black fluid. There's now blood gushing from every open hole in this person.
Jesus.
And now we go to the ogre, who is just out of mind control now. And just as he comes out of mind control, he is run up on by 3 suits of armor, which each take swings at him.
Forgot about that.
And 2 of them deal damage to him, and he's not having a great time. He takes up his mace and decides to take a swing at them because they're the ones hitting him. And he damages one slightly. Lord Zelos takes another shot around the room, and he misses this time. All right. Now that the NPCs are done playing the game by themselves, we go back to the top of the round with Lilith.
Oh my god, this situation's bananas. Gosh. I'm torn between healing word and sleep right now. Oh gosh, just let him bleed out to death in sleep, or
what do you want to do?
Sounds nice.
That sounds good.
But Kashana's not doing so well either.
No, Kashano's in bad shape. Well, how much HP do you got left, Kashano?
1.
Yeah, Kashano looks like he's at death's door.
Just kill it!
Oh my god. That's not good at all.
But you just face planted a wall, so it sounds like gravel falls out.
Oh my gosh, you guys, this is
It's
real
like the
tough.
cartoon thing where his face is just flat.
Yeah, it's just like destroyed.
Oh god. Okay. I'm just oof. I'm gonna chance it.
Okay.
I will put bardic inspiration on Kashano. I don't know. Maybe it'll help somewhere in the future for something. That's a bonus action, right? And then what you said, just kill it? Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm panicking. I hit it.
Too much pressure.
I should have slept.
So
I should have put sleep on him. I don't know anymore.
at the point that he's at right now, that arrow just bounces off of his thick flesh at this point.
Oh, damn it. I should have put sleep.
All right.
I'm just making bad calls. I'm so sorry, you guys.
It's okay. You did some healing. You did some inspiration of people. Stuff's happening. All right, Zavel, you're up again.
Oh my god.
This dude just pitched Kashano into a wall and is messing up this very fine hall with all of his fluids.
Oh my god. He still has one good eye left, right?
Well, he grew another one.
Right.
Yeah.
I shot out both of them, then he has like this other one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I shoot out this one if he's gonna grow another one, and I really don't have time for that.
How many bolts can I put into these eyes?
Oh my god. Shit. It might be time to crank it to 11.
All right.
After seeing everybody get flung around like ragdoll.
Yeah, he's like, it's gonna be me next, and I don't know if I'm gonna land.
Oh my god. Okay. So the crossbow can cast.
When are you gonna do Hawkeye? They already beat the Hulk. Like, it's gonna be.
So is it Scorching Ray that happens?
Yep, it is.
All right. Shit. Okay. And I get advantage on this because of the scope, correct?
Yes.
Fuck it, we'll do it.
Okay. Scorching Ray?
Yeah, he's gonna be a mother-licking wizard.
Right.
I'm not quite sure how that's going to be rolled though.
All right, so you roll it as an attack roll.
Uh-huh.
You don't have a spellcasting modifier, but your weapon does, so you're gonna add 3 to it.
Okay. let's see what happens. So I'm gonna do my stealth after as my bonus action after the attack.
All right.
Because I'm already gonna get advantage on this roll anyway, and I'll probably need that.
All right.
So
let's see this scorching ray.
Plus 3 would make 15.
15. Okay.
Right. 12 plus 3.
Yep. So, where's my scorching ray?
They take 2d6 fire damage.
All right. Well, you know what? You hit him, and it burns away at his flesh, but he doesn't appear to take any damage.
Oh.
He's just
shooting his
keeps
eye?
on coming. All right. So
that's for his eyeball. Like that didn't do shit to it.
Oh, you're searing his eyeball?
Yeah, that's why it's like he has one good eye left, right?
Okay, well, yeah, no, you don't. Your attack doesn't seem to penetrate.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really weird. You're unsettled.
My jimmies are all the way rustled, but I'm gonna take that stealth, and I'm gonna end my turn because that's all I can really do.
All right, Kashano, you're up. Well, you're down, but you're up.
Gilberto yells, "Don't you have a healing potion?"
he's in pretty rough.
He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in my spleen right now.
I do. Okay, so I do have a healing potion. I don't know if I want to use my action. He's looking pretty rough, right?
Yeah, everybody's looking pretty rough at this point.
The ogre's engaged. No, I'm talking about the goon.
Oh.
So Kushano is just going to look over at the goon, like puking up his insides.
Okay.
And just be like, pussy. And then take a bunch of blood. That's gonna serve as vicious mockery.
Okay.
Oh god.
Don't forget you got Bardic Inspiration if that does anything, attack wise.
Yeah, if the roll sucks. Alright, where's my vicious mockery? I still haven't got where I can roll this as spell. What do I okay, hold on.
It should be on your page. You just hit vicious mockery. It should do it now.
Kashano for his
you
turn.
must succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Oh yeah, he's got to succeed on a thing.
For your turn, you should have just drank like 5 of those potions that you don't know what they are.
I was thinking about it, but one of them is a rage potion, so I'm probably gonna lose control then, and we're at the,
It's gonna be the shortest rage.
Yeah, I would just run in and
flick. Yeah, so he doesn't make the save.
Okay,
so he takes his D4 of vicious mockery damage.
1d4 of vicious mockery.
Okay.
And disadvantage on its next attack roll it makes before next end turn if it happens to make one.
Okay.
I'd love to see Kashano in a.
Well, Kashano's not doing very well at all. He's having a really bad time. Now we're at Redan.
It's going to be
He's
fine.
back up again.
All right. So Redan stands up and turns towards the ogre that's still close to him.
Okay.
And is just going to take a swing.
Okay. Take a swing.
And that is this guy. It would be 12 damage, not 14.
Oh my god.
Okay. So you take a swing at this ogre, and this ogre goes down.
Oh my god. Oh, what? Damn it.
It dropped connection.
Yeah, he drops dead. Between the pummeling he just took from the suits of armor and the shot from Lord Zelos, he's not doing very well.
Redan saw none of that and feels completely vindicated and strong.
He's just like, this is awesome now. All right. So after that happens, we go into Jabetta. What do you got for us, Jabetta?
We keep losing Jabetta.
Oh, we losing Jabetta. All right.
Yeah.
Stuff right
I
now.
I hear wind blowing outside, so I assume that has the usual.
All right. Well, You got a quick attack for me while we can hear you?
I'm going to.
All that's left is the goon right now.
That's good.
Bonus action.
Okay.
Healing word. Real
Okay.
Quick for Kashana. Guiding bolt again.
Okay. So Kashano gets 5 HP. Show me that guiding bolt.
Let's see. Fuck!
Not enough to penetrate this guy's thick hide.
She literally goes like this. She goes, what? Like, 'cause she's like, what are you doing?
Wait, didn't you bless yourself or no?
I believe the
No.
bless is only other targets.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
it is.
Not okay.
Yeah. So now we go into the goon's turn. The goon arches his back and screams with primal rage, and then charges all of the pillars on the right side, smashing them down. The entire building begins to shake, and large sections of the ceiling begin to collapse down.
Everybody run!
Everybody make a dexterity save.
Oh my god.
All right. Lilith looks good. Kashano. Oof.
Jabetta's still pissed off about
I don't know why I
herself.
rolled with advantage there. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm gonna take your 10.
Man.
22.
She was like
Look,
looking.
22
she was
is only
looking at
first
her
because it's the
hand.
higher
Like,
number. Okay.
Unless I can use that bless now.
That's not true. Sometimes it's the higher numbers on the right.
Okay, that's fair. All right, I'll take your 22. So let's say Lilith, Kashano, and Redan saved. Zavel and Jabetta did not. So Zavel, Jabetta, you guys are hit with falling debris. So Zavel, Jabetta, you take 4 damage. Everyone else takes 2.
Okay.
Once he's done charging through the pillars,
Great.
he arches his back and lets out a primal roar as his body begins to burst and bubble again. And his chest bursts, spraying blood all over the room, and he falls backwards.
Oh. Kushana pukes blood again.
Completely just motionless, laying there.
Disgusting.
And we are out of combat.
Lilith curses in infernal to herself.
Jabetta just does this. And she says, Jabetta says, well then.
Kushana gets up and tries to get out of the collapsing building.
It's no longer collapsing.
Oh, okay.
The portions that were going to collapse from this have already fallen down, but it's
Okay.
Well then.
Zavel comes out from behind the pillar like, I've done some gross shit in my life. That's fucked up.
Kashano, because you are next to him, you see Lord Zelos visibly, he has a quiet anger about him. But it's palpable. You can feel it. And he says, Owen, I need a report. Owen slowly turns to him, adjusts his glasses. They got it, sir.
Kushana's gonna look up and say,
It was a
Mr.
distraction.
Stone, aren't you going to introduce your friend?
Kashano, is now really the time for you to be.
Well, he
And
just
on that
saved our
note-
lives.
And on that note, we'll take our break.
God damn it.
Oh my goodness.
Real close to death for several of us.
That guy hit hard.
Yes, he
Wow.
did.
That
This
healing
is
word?
This is a type of creature that I've used before.
I stressed myself out with that music, man.
Yeah, I know. It was really intense. I was like, oh god.
I like it though.
Will our
Yeah.
players survive? What was the true intent of this attack? What do they mean by they got it? Will
It was
Kishano be slapped for his impertinence?
Yes.
Tune in after the break for more Mercs of Mischief.
I would pay money to have Lord Zelos just go.
In the sword coast,
And he would die. He would fall unconscious.
just on the shores of the Desserin River, just across the way from Golden Fields, there rests a lonely keep. Its residents, an adventuring party, long since given up the life, and taken it upon themselves to bring in the next generation, to teach them and give them their best chance to survive a life of raiding dungeons and slaying dragons. Welcome to the Avalon Knights Adventuring Academy. Table tales, let's roll some dice on table tales. Woo! Now, this was a couple years back. I was running a game store, and I was absolutely in love with Dungeons & Dragons. I'd been playing quite some time with my friends, and I was looking for a way to introduce an event into the store that would be consistent and be really accessible for new players. I knew about Adventurers League, but I wasn't crazy about it because, for one, I've never heard anybody talk about it outside of hearing that I could run it in my store. And two, it didn't seem like the friendliest way to get new players into the game. So one day I was at an RPG event, and they were hosting this massive Pathfinder Society event. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. There were multiple tables all running different parts of the same adventure, and like the outcomes at certain tables would affect the outcomes at other tables. It was nuts. I loved it. I was looking at that and I was like, okay, if I'm running Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition at my store, it needs to be an organization like this. But it also has to be something to bring new players in. So that got me to thinking. First thing we had to figure out was what we wanted to do with our Dungeons & Dragons event. What were our goals? So for me, the thing I wanted to do most was, number one, introduce new players to the game. Number two, keep them coming back. And number three, create an organization that exists both in and out of world for them to be excited to be a part of. Now, this didn't exist, as far as my knowledge, in Dungeons & Dragons at the time. Pathfinder Society has this down in spades, because Pathfinder Society is a real group that you can join, but it's also a real group in world. And because of that, people are committed to it. It's part of their world. It's part of their life. So I wanted to bring that to Dungeons & Dragons. And the reason that we decided to move it into a school setting, because we decided we had to make it a school, was because the moment you make it a school, it changes the dynamic for new players. Like it or not, Dungeons & Dragons is kind of... it's a little scary if you're a new player. You're coming to a table on a game that, you know, the rulebook is large, you assume everybody there knows how to play, and you don't want to be the noob. And I get that for new players. I sympathize with it. But if you make it a school, the dynamic changes right away. Everybody's there to learn. Everybody comes to a school to learn. So you're not so much afraid of being the noob, you're there for first lessons. And I gave, you know, experienced players the opportunity to skip the first lessons. But so we had what we wanted to accomplish with the school and the event. So the next thing was, what do we want to accomplish with the lessons? So I decided we would use a 3-lesson structure. We would use lesson 1 would be combat. Simple basics, you know, one-on-one combat, initiative, movement, actions, what you can and can't do, how freeform you can get with it. The second lesson, I wanted to make role play. So we set up a role play scenario for it. Just get in, learn how your character can interact with the world, with NPCs, how you can interact with each other, and just kind of like think out and talk out and solve problems that way. And then the last one was kind of a trial dungeon run where they would learn about traps, learn about enemies, and there was a little bit of lore building for the world. At the end of the day, when we finally conceived of everything and started running it in the store, it was a huge success. People were raving, we were getting reviews online that people really enjoyed the environment of coming in as a new player. I had so many people roll their first D20s with me in this event, and it was an incredible experience to have, and I always look back on it fondly. The world we created with it, there was you know, massive keep, and the keep had all kinds of facilities. By the time we rolled the players into regular modules, they'd have support from the school, so they always had a home base to go back to. And I think that's a key component that's missing in D&D. And I keep coming back to this idea because I firmly believe that if there was something like this integrated into Adventurers League, it would be infinitely more successful. Because if you give players that home base, that's something to be a part of, because everybody wants to be a part of something, it builds value for them in that story and in that world. I mean, they have like the Harpers and like the Silver Gauntlet and all that kind of stuff, but nobody cares about those organizations. I'm sorry, Wizards. Nobody cares at all. But if you give them something to be a part of that's fun and interesting and dynamic, then they'll want to keep coming back for more. And we really proved that with this event, and I loved every part of running it. And I had so much fun with my players and a lot of interesting stories. And yeah, that's how I brought dozens and dozens of new players into Dungeons & Dragons with the Avalon Knights Adventurers Academy. I'd like to make another video about this where I go into how we broke down each of the lessons and exactly how they ran. And if you guys would like to see that, please let me know, and like and subscribe to the videos, and always be sure to check out our streams on Twitch. I run a game on Sunday nights starting at 4 o'clock Mountain Time or 6 o'clock Eastern Time, and another game on Mondays starting a little bit later. So be sure to check us out on Twitch /Mercs of Mischief. Till then, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
And so we begin.
Yeah, we're back. Oh, people moved again.
Who moved?
You guys are killing me.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Somebody logged off and logged back on.
I bet you it was Jabetta, her connection.
No, I
No,
left my
she was
shit
at
up.
the end now, so she would have
Okay.
stayed in place.
I wonder if it's me.
It could have been you. All right. So while you shuffle around, we're back. Welcome back to the Mercs of Mischief. Previously on our adventure, our heroes got knocked around by an enormous hulking creature, which eventually had its heart explode and messed up this beautiful museum hall. And Kashano had just asked if Mr. Owen Stone would introduce his friend. And
His face is all swollen up. He's
Yeah,
got
he's all
blood
broken up.
all over. All done. He's been puking blood. He's
And he's
missing a tooth over here.
still trying to be like, he's still trying to be fucking
Just like
charismatic. Kashana.
he's no fucks left to give.
the noble gentleman puts out a hand towards you, and it's covered in blood, and then he quickly changes his crossbow to the other hand and puts the other hand out to you.
Yoshano
It's-
reaches out his hand and he kind of looks at it and he goes, "Oh, sorry." And he says, "You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean." Presses the invitation.
Love it. Okay. And he shakes her hand and he says, Lord Devonian Zelos the Third.
Kashana's gonna take it as a tug himself up too.
Okay.
Oh,
Lilith,
my apologies for my familiarity. I just wanted to thank the person who aided us in ending this, but I guess it was kind of your responsibility, eh?
Lilith, you were going to do something?
continue.
Okay.
No.
He says, he looks at you and he looks over the room. He says, "Thank you for your party's assistance in the defense of my exhibit."
You're very welcome.
I will see that compensation is sent to your living quarters, but for now there are matters I must attend to.
I hope that we can
Please forgive me.
talk tomorrow, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
And,
Sorry.
and he walks over to Owen, and the two begin discussing. All right. So I open it up to the floor.
Poof.
All right.
I was going to try to find an unbroken bottle of wine.
Jobetta said.
What do you got?
Jobetta's like, all right, just stopping. So, just so that Kashana will
Just to top him off.
shut up. Yeah.
All right.
So
Awesome.
2d8.
Spellcasting modifier.
Well, you all look like shit.
Thank you.
All right.
So 15. So up to 6 people.
So Yibi goes to each one of you and kind of distributes the weapons that he had gathered up from the cart. Redan, you get your mace back, and Kashano gets his sword and things.
Oh my gosh.
Much better shape. Thank you.
Yep. Redan, you also get 15.
Sweet. Redan needs it.
Everybody.
little salute.
gets-
All right. So the party's over.
That's. I'm gonna go lie down, and he's gonna go back and see if our carts are still out there.
Okay. Yeah, you guys still have a cart to escort you back to the estate, the
Great.
guest house.
He's just gonna get in the
But
cart,
it says,
and crack out the mead.
Okay.
well, that was fun. Actually gonna.
We lost you, Jabetta.
Yes, Evie. Oof, that's a close
All right.
one.
So, is everybody else going to get back in the cart and head back to the estate?
Well,
Redan
before-
will-
Jobetta wants to look at this that Owen was doing.
Okay.
Jobetta wants to look at the rune shit that Owen Stone was doing on the wall.
That panel is closed up now.
What?
They've finished with it.
She's still gonna go over there and poke the wall where it was and see if she can she's like
Owen Stone kind of looks at you and he says, "Your cart is outside."
she's
Can
like, I was just looking at your little rune panel.
It's a defense control mechanism.
Good. That's the information I wanted. And then she just leaves.
While
All
this
right.
is going on, Redan walks over, picks up that mace, puts it back in the case,
Okay.
says sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it would help.
Lord Devonian says it's fine. They are replicas. You think it's not a good idea to keep this many magical artifacts in close proximity.
I also thought that the cases would be more sturdy, so that makes sense. And then Redan walks over and just checks the bodies of all the little things before he leaves.
Okay.
Um,
You find. Well, go ahead, Lilith.
Go ahead.
I'll go over there.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So Redan, you check the body of the big goon. You find a blood-soaked message.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'll look at it. I'll read it later, but pocket it now.
Okay. All right. Now, Lilith.
Oh, was little Lilith with her 20 perception that time able to like see what button to press to open that latch? If you went over
You
there.
weren't able to see it, but what you were able to perceive was that whoever went in there, they appear to have kind of broken it open to get inside.
Oh. Broke it. Can I repeat that?
You can try. Do you want to go investigate it?
I know I don't have the muscle for it if you said it broke into, so I'll just like, I'll whistle over. Yeah, I'll whistle over like, shh, with my crappy whistle.
All right. So
which one of you strong blokes can help over here?
Why do you want help?
Oh, just curious about where this leads to. This wall that I saw people run into with this case they were carrying.
I don't think it's wise for us to investigate right now.
Owen Stone says, he hears this and he kind of perks up a moment and he says, "Did you see something, Miss Lilith?"
Yes, I did. Where does this exit to? Because I saw some folks go through here carrying something.
He pauses for a moment and discusses in hushed tones with Lord Devonian, and he says, "Can you describe them?"
DM? What she saw, she described.
You can describe them. There was a man and two women. They appear to be, it was a human and two half-elves. They were dressed in formal attire. One had long red hair. The other had short, wild black hair. And one had short blonde hair.
Then the color of the outfits to help narrow it down some more?
Yeah, they were all in kind of like black suits.
Okay. And the case that they were carrying, was it large, small?
It looked like a packet for thieves' tools.
So it's just, okay.
So you relay that to them, and Owen Stone turns to Lord Devonian Zealous and says, "It was them, sir."
Are they people from the guest list?
He says, "No, unfortunately not. It would appear that this little attack was a diversion, and I have been robbed." My initial
you need better
instinct,
security.
Yes, it would seem that I do. My initial instinct is to handle this internally, but your group has proven useful and loyal in the past, so perhaps this is something that you'd like to take up.
And what price would that include?
Well, I do have a vast fortune at my disposal. If you were able to retrieve this for me, I could compensate you handsomely. What would be your asking price for such a mission?
Before anything else happens, Redan goes on his little stone, if he still has it, which he should,
okay.
and says, "Kashano, come in here now." Lilith is bargaining.
Fuck.
I'm very charming, by the way.
Kushana's going, oh, God. He's going to limp himself back out. Not in his bad shape. He's going to go back inside.
She will
and look around.
Kashana.
Try to find out where he's at.
Says very handsomely. I can give you whatever information we have on this organization and why they have taken this item from me. And if you can retrieve it for me, well.
And what prize do we get now?
I couldn't help but notice. Are we?
There is compensation waiting for you at the guest house in exchange for your assistance in defending this museum.
Yes. As you mentioned, and we do appreciate that greatly. Lilith, is everything all right over here? Should we perhaps go?
It was going well, Kashano, and then you showed up.
Mr. Zealous, I apologize for her rough edges. She's a bit new to the academy, but I assure you, her talents are quite excessive.
It's quite all right. She's a firm negotiator. As a Lord of Waterdeep, I'm familiar.
We asked for a title.
What were we negotiating for?
Title? I'm afraid I'm not able to give title. But I am able to give vast amounts of wealth.
What about that mace? The real one.
Can I back up? What are we being asked to do? I just got here.
An item was stolen from me. This attack was a diversion.
And who do you believe stole it?
An organization that seeks to undermine my efforts to better and improve the city.
Name?
Would this be an organization that a longtime Waterhovian would be aware of?
Possibly.
Do you know them by name or simply by makeup?
Their name is the Wild Fang.
The Wild Fang. Can I see if I remember that?
Sure.
Where are you, history? Not too shabby.
The Wild Fang is a mercenary organization. Hired out for various jobs, not unlike yourselves, but they do have quite a bit of notoriety. They like to take on stealth missions, acquiring items from wealthy individuals.
Do you believe that the Wild Fang would have done this on their own behalf, or would this be a more powerful enemy of yours?
They were likely hired, but one doesn't live in this city for very long without making a few enemies.
Isn't that the truth?
Indeed. I'm sure you're familiar with.
Very much so. I would like to ask a bit something of this negotiation. I think that if we were to be successful in this endeavor, we would certainly consider each other allies, would we not?
Indeed, but what would that entail in your regard?
We would like to enjoy the protection of your watchful eye while within the city limits of Waterdeep.
I can only provide that within the castle district.
I see. Well, I suppose it's in much the same way we can guarantee your safety at the Avalon Knights Academy. So, in terms of payment, I suppose that's I will leave it up to my associates here.
Yes, you seem very tired.
All I seek is your camaraderie.
I can award you handsomely with material wealth, and if you desire magical items, I can allow you to take 3 items from my personal collection.
Turn to the group. Literally doing that.
So we're getting wealth and magical items.
Yes.
I turn to the group. Well, sounds like we have an offer. Shall we take the job?
Should we not discuss this with Gilberta?
She's still in the car?
No. I mean, she didn't. She's in the room. She's not standing there. She fucked off. She's just walking around looking at the fucking destroyed room.
Yeah.
Lilith is going to just pick up items in the place right now. Just like, and this is what I deserve, and this is what I deserve.
She seems to like the exhibits more than real magical items.
Just anything of high value that looks like it'll be good to sell, or just
there's a couple things that do, but you're consistently disappointed because you keep picking them up and they look like they're really valuable, but they all seem to be replicas.
Kind of like your choice of men, hey?
Tossing. What about that blood sword? That looked valuable, right?
You pick it up and it feels like it's made of wood.
Everything's a replica.
Drops it.
There is some booze laying around.
It's like your museum here seems to be all fakes.
Yes, I wouldn't put the real stuff on display. The real items are in my private vault.
That's how most museums work. He kind of like whispers under the bathroom. It's like,
Because certain people can't hire better security, it seems.
Oh my God.
Well, that's
I think we've all had
part
a
of my negotiation with you. Perhaps you will provide better security in retrieving my items. So do we have an agreement?
I believe we do. Good Lord, fellas. We'd appreciate any more details you could provide. I don't know if you'd like to have that discussion now or if you need to attend to other matters.
I need to attend to this debacle. I'll have Owen send over a dossier to the private residence.
Very good.
With the wealth that we earned from fighting these fools that are lying dead on the floor, correct?
Absolutely.
Good to know.
Very well. Thank you for attending my party, and I bid you all good day. Please inform me of any progress you make in capturing these people.
Very well. Shall we head back?
All right.
Rodan looks to the Lord and says, "Thank you for the party. It was fun." And then walks out.
It's such a Rodan response. Okay. Excellent. All right.
That's so great.
Okay.
The coach takes you guys back to the estate.
Can I make sure to be in the same cart as Kashano and take a moment while we're riding back?
Sure.
Okay, so they're riding back. Rodan's gonna look at Kashano and say, "I know you're tired and hurt, but you should see this," and shows him the bloody message.
Okay.
Jano takes it.
I took this off the man who exploded.
Is that
Right.
what we're calling it?
Gonna open it up and have a look. Good thinking, Rodan.
It has over the canvas of the sheet of paper, there is an image of a giant black hand. And it says in the note, all personnel, by no means is any individual or group allowed to engage the Mercenaries of Mischief under penalty of death.
Huh.
Wait, what?
Rodan, did you read this?
No, I just read it now.
Do you realize what this means?
I just
I
got
do
chills. I got actual chills.
I do not know what this black hand signifies.
Long story short, they're basically an out-of-control gangster organization.
It's the Rogues Order Black Hand.
They do not like us, but if they're getting orders to not destroy us, it means one of two things. Either A, the leader wants us for himself, or the much more likely B, people in charge of pulling the leader's strings are on our side. I think we have the protection of the lords.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You seem to have known who this person was. He was very fixated on you.
Oh, yes. I don't know why either. Like, I was in a whole beard thing too when all this stuff happened, but we got here on the boat and they were trying to shake down the passengers, and then Gilberto melted a guy's face and shot somebody. It was a whole thing. That he's very unstable.
Interesting. There's one more piece of information for me to pass along.
All right.
When you sent me to the blacksmith Barthas, he used to work for the Avalon Knights. He said he has a son that is an apprentice for him, and if we repair the blacksmith shop, he will send his son to work for us. His work.
All right.
His work. You could use refinement, but it is good.
It's better than what the goblins can make at the moment.
I agree.
You're really earning your keep around here, Rodan.
So
a really creepy smile, trying to be friendly.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know how to socially interact with people, but here's a smile. Okay, so you guys arrive at the guest house, and you're filed out of your carts. The table in the foyer has 5 bags of gold on it.
Radan's gonna scoop all that up as he is treasurer.
Well, each one has a name on it.
Ooh.
Oh, so
Each one
5
has a
each.
name for each of the names of the
Okay.
party.
Lilith grab hers.
Who all saw Zavel get into the carriage with us?
Nobody. Zavel snuck off.
Okay, good.
I'll take her chair.
Wait,
It's just like
Zavel come with
dives
us?
in.
Did he come with
Just
us?
like,
Did he circle around back? What's Zavel doing?
Zavel has snuck off to go spend the night somewhere else rather than
don't
staying
know
in
where
the guest
Zavel
house.
is.
Guest house.
Gilberto takes
Zavel performed one of his trademark disappearing acts.
yeah. Gilberto takes her bag and then pretty much like just kind of walks away. And
Radan will happily grapple
Walks off.
Lilith if he has to.
why?
That bag will go to Zavel when he returns.
Okay.
5 gold is not enough, Radan. They think
It's
they can
not
just stay
5
with
gold.
5.
There were 5 bags. The
5
amount of gold.
bags of gold.
Scratch Zavel's name
Oh.
off of that, however you can, or cover it up. All right?
I cannot do that.
No, it's still going to be his. No, it's still going to be his. But we can't let people know the names associated with us. We have to keep that on the down low.
That is a good
It's got to
point.
be
Oh
free
my
to
god,
move.
Kashana's been hanging out with Zabel too long.
It's got to be free to move like a spy.
Move like a spy.
Move like a spy.
All right. So each bag contains 250 gold.
Oh, snap!
Damn. Does it also contain a level up? Well, what?
No, the end of the game contains a level up. The end of the session, I should say.
All right.
That is awesome.
Got it.
Kashano's going back to his room for a. What time is it?
It is, you guys went in the morning, so it's late afternoon at this point by the time everything is wrapped up at the party.
Lilith is drinking.
It's leading into evening. Yeah, it's like it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Glug, 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 glug.
Party ruined. Didn't get time to flirt with any lords.
That's,
Oh my
that's
God.
not
Upset.
a bad
No.
idea. Should we
Holy shit.
step out of here for a drink?
Gilberto,
Me?
Everyone.
goodness.
I will accompany you if you
Girl.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna lead him round to somewhere where we can privately talk on the stone. Back to cooking.
Okay.
So maybe we find a pub with a corner that's closed off enough. I don't know.
You're in the guest house right now, so there's.
But Krishano's paranoid about the servants.
Oh, about the guest house. Okay, so you can try and find a quiet place.
A place with VIP access. I mean, that we can get VIP in. A VIP room.
We got 250 gold each. We can get a VIP access anywhere.
It's true.
Actually, let's go back to the yawning portal.
Okay.
We know they have a back room.
Okay.
Durnan will let us in there. So yes, we're back at the yawning portal.
Okay.
Durnan, can we use your back room for a moment?
He looks around. He's like, "All right, fine." So currently, it's just Radan and Lilith and Kashano because Jobetta has gone to the temple, and Zavel has taken his leave into the city. So while you guys discuss,
Yep.
Jobetta, you've gone to the temple. What are you doing at the temple?
Zavel's done the Zavel thing.
Yeah,
So-
Zavel's
yeah.
done the Zavel thing, and
Okay, so
I'm coming
first
back
of
to
all,
that.
I'm not entirely feeling great. So I get free healing at the temple.
Yes, you do.
So like, I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, buds, can you help me out here?
They take you in and they help you
Yeah.
heal your wounds and give you a place to pray and recuperate.
Yeah. So I do all that, and like I'm gonna like spend the night here, and then like scamper back to the guest house in the morning.
All right.
But I am going to, because Jobetta in the back of her mind is still thinking about this beware the smile in the darkness bullshit that fucking Salune said to her.
Yeah.
And so she's like, she asked to go back to the room, and she asked if anyone has known of the Bone Rivers. She asked if anybody, because he was a priest in another temple, so she asked if anybody knows about the Bone Rivers.
They've heard of the Bone Rivers. They're not sure where his daughter is. There is an effort to look for her, but nobody's found her yet.
I'm gonna ask if do they know anything about the mother of the daughter, because I know nothing about the mother.
The mother worked in the dwarven vaults to the north.
Was the mother a dwarf?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and that's the only information that they seem to have.
That's the only other information they seem to have.
Okay. I want to spend time in the with the replica of the Rod of Four Moons again.
Okay. So you go to spend time with that, and you're gonna pray under it?
Oh yeah. Oh my
All right.
gosh, yes.
So you do some praying out there.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what you see later. Zavel, you have seen everybody leaving, and you decide that it's best to make yourself scarce, as you usually do, and kind of tap into your resources around the city. You want to go ahead to Troll Skull Manor, but it occurs to you that there might be some information that you can gather to try and figure out what went on here.
All right. Well, I mean, if he has leads, they'll probably follow them. But,
right.
Take the long way to get there just in case, people are watching him.
Oh, yeah. You're confident of your ability to move throughout the city without garnering too much attention. Because this is kind of your game. So I want you to do for me an investigation check. As you kind of go through the city. That's not the best.
No, he's distracted seeing some friends and shit while he's walking around. They're like, "Hey, come have a drink," Hey,
Hey, let's hang out, let's do a thing. And it's like, no, okay.
A couple telltale signs on his way, and it's been a minute since he's been wandering deep. So
yeah. So he's gotta hang out. All right. So you end up getting distracted and going to some parties instead. You're not able to garner much information on your investigation. All right. Now, meanwhile, Lilith, Redan, and Kashano, you have your private meeting.
All right. I'm going to take out the Sender Stone. Cookie.
Okay.
Cookie. Can you hear me, Cookie?
Yeah. What is it?
Quick status update. So, we all almost died. The twitchy guy from the docks, he came back, had some sort of raging potion, and
must have been some party.
Yeah, well, you would think that they'd have better security, but it seems that this was part of a distraction effort from a larger organization trying to steal something. Good news. The rank and file of the Black Hand have been forbidden from engaging us. So we may have a bit more freedom to do business in Waterdeep going forward.
Why do you suppose they would have done that?
Well, I have two theories. Wanted to get your opinion on them, actually. The first is that the leader, who, as you know, I happen to know from years back, didn't like me then. Perhaps he wants to kill us himself. The other one, which I'm really hoping for, is that the masked lords of Waterdeep want us alive. So perhaps we have their favor. Do you have any insights?
Last I heard, the Rogues Order Black Hand had dirt on most of the masked lords, so it's unlikely they'd be offering you protection.
Interesting. Who would be able to pull strings in the Black Hand?
Someone I wouldn't want to meet.
Well, whoever they are, they want us alive for one reason or another.
You be careful out there.
You be careful there too. Perhaps it's time to double the guard rotations with the goblins.
Yeah.
Good.
There's a thing about that you're going to have to check into when you get back. Oh, also, I hired a group of warlocks.
Oh, one of the warlocks showed up. Which one?
All of them. There were 4.
That's too many warlocks.
That is far too many warlocks.
He said the thing! No.
I don't have the thing right. Oh, goddamn.
All right, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just keep going. Okay.
I can't deal with this right now, Cookie. We're gonna be here a few more days. Just try to keep everyone alive.
It's fine. I'm forming a secondary team with them. You don't need to worry about it.
Okay. Have they accomplished anything?
Oh, indeed they did. They kept reality from unfolding.
Well, give them our thanks for that. Can't wait to talk to them when we get back.
No, before you do that, though, Lilith will intercept and be like, and tell that dog Spoonie to be out of that town before I arrive, because he's got another thing coming when Lilith gets there.
as you hang out, hey, Spoonie, you're in trouble again. All right.
Okay, all right. So, well, Redan, unfortunately, my better theory is falling apart. So, let's shelve this problem for the moment.
Okay.
We can expect not to be attacked by small ruffians. Keep an eye out, I suppose. And actually, he's going to get up and go look out the curtain and see if he sees any black hands in here.
Yep, there are 5.
What do I keep a lookout for?
Redan, come here.
All right.
I'm going to lead him out, and I'm going to walk right over to the nearest group of them. And I'm going to say, see this? See this guy? See the hands like this? Just that. And walk away.
They're all just daggers. Just staring daggers at all of you.
Redan just looks at each one of them in the eye, goes, I will remember their faces. And walks away.
Lilith's at the table just still drinking.
just having, this is not the nicest bar I've been to, but the drinks are strong.
No, you know what she's thinking? She's like, I've been dragged in shit. I feel like shit. My life has been going down to shit. Cheers, Lilith. You'll get through this, little girl. That is what's going through Lilith's mind at the moment.
Nice.
All right. Well, when we get back into the VIP room back there, what does she look like? Does she look visibly pissed off and stuff?
I'll let her tell you.
She's just frustrated at the direction of her life where it's going. It's
Can
just
I obviously tell this though, or is she hiding it?
She doesn't. I don't know. She doesn't seem like somebody who would hide it.
Right.
But Lilith looks like angry a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
I could be. I'm just an angry drunk to you.
Yeah.
You know what I think would cheer us all up? Who wants to go shopping?
Lilith turns
Go
her head
shopping.
and perks up.
Ah. You said the magic word.
Come on.
Continue.
Jobetta has the tapestry around there. Damn it. All right. Yeah. So I'd like to find a place, perhaps in someone who deals with antiques or restorations, because I'm still trying to clean off this coin.
All right.
I bet it's better than this place. Why not?
Let's go look at some old magic shit.
All right. As you're walking out the door, one of the black hands grabs your wrist.
Oh, I instantly just... whose wrist does he grab?
He grabs Kashano's.
Redan is going to pick him up by the neck.
Oh,
right.
dear.
Pashano calmly just lets it happen.
The guy's just smiling the entire time. He says, "You sleep nice in your fancy digs."
Always do, friends. Always do. Where's my
Enjoy your
coin?
time in Waterdeep.
Hold on.
Redan starts to squeeze the neck.
The guy
I said
starts
the
to
F
cough.
word. Give me a second. I don't hear
The bartender's like, "All right, no trouble in here, guys."
Okay, did not cast Friends on him. It's fine.
All right, Redan keeps holding on to him and starts carrying him outside.
Oh, look, Rodan. Looks like you made a friend today.
Oh, geez. All right, so you carry him outside.
Slam him as hard as I can against the wall
All right.
and say, never threaten him again.
He kind of coughs. He can barely cut out a word.
What's the rest of them doing at the table here?
The rest have all just stayed sitting inside the table. Or inside the bar.
Anyone
I
else?
look down.
Anyone
Redan
else?
lifts him up as high as he possibly can and then just lets him go and stares at him and sees what happens.
All right, he topples to the ground and he's kind of coughing, kind of curled up. And he
Think he's
doesn't
done
say
here.
anything else.
Lilith goes down and says, "Little man, what were you trying to accomplish here?"
He just kind of shakes his head and keeps coughing.
As Kashana walks away, he pats down his pockets real quick in his
Okay.
coin sack and make sure nothing's missing.
Nothing's missing.
Hmm.
All right,
All right.
let's go shopping.
All right.
Fuck those guys. They didn't care.
You better not show your face around us again. Do you understand?
He kind of shakes his head a little bit.
Now scatter off before I kick you. You're in my way.
He goes back inside. All right.
Well,
So where's the nearest place to do some shopping for maybe some magical items, and maybe they can check out this coin and see if they can clean it and things.
A couple different places. There's various magical shops and that kind of thing. It's getting late, so some of them are closing up. But
All right. First open one we find.
all right, first open one you have to come into. Hello,
Hello, good evening. Hey,
welcome to Osmond's Oddities.
Would you be Osmond?
Indeed, I am.
Oh, pleasure to make your acquaintance, Osmond. I am Kashana the Quick, and here are just some of the Mercenaries of Mischief. I'm sure you've heard of Lilith Singer.
Ah,
How do
indeed
you
I
do?
have. It's a pleasure to meet you, madam.
pleasure.
And this is a gentleman you'd rather not meet on a bad day.
What can I do for you all?
Well, we were wondering what sort of wares you sell in this place. Happen to have come into a bit of coin?
Oh, all kinds of items from various places all over. Well, what you're looking for something particular?
Well, actually, I was wondering if you, personally, I'm sure my friends will have a look around. Fuck. I'm sure that you, okay, fine. I'm sure that you do some sort of restoration on corroded items, any sort of that thing.
Oh yes, I've gotten quite a bit of deep sea salvage that I've gotten good at carving off, and
Well, you're just the fella I've been looking for. And he's going to take out his mystery coin. And do you suppose you could clean this up and see what the impression is beneath it?
Oh, I imagine that's something I could do. Give me 2 days to work on it.
Fantastic. That'd be much appreciated.
It's an intensive process.
So what might the cost of this service be?
Oh, I don't think I'd have to charge you more than 50 gold pieces for that.
You know what? That seems a bit high, but let's look at what else you have in your shop
Well,
here.
it's expensive machinery that has to be used.
I understand. Well, I think we may be looking to pick up a few items as well. So perhaps we can talk about some sort of bundle. I don't know. We want to look at your wares. Do you happen to sell potions?
Potions. Yes, I've got a couple. Not many, but a few.
Do you happen to purchase potions?
No, I'm not so much interested in them.
Oh, fair enough. Any healing potions on hand?
I do happen to have 2 greater healing potions.
And what might the cost of those be?
The cost of those is 12 gold pieces each.
Oh, fantastic. Well, please put those aside for me. I'll definitely be leaving with those.
Excellent.
Yes, so, Redan, anything in particular you've been looking for?
I am interested in one of those fancy bags that Gilberta has.
Oh, yes, actually. Do you have any sort of pocket dimension carrying pieces?
You're referring to a bag of holding.
Sure.
Yes, I have a bag of holding, yes.
Oh. And what might you be asking for that?
My bag of holding is 500 gold pieces. Better than market price.
Do you have any smaller version, something more like a belt pouch?
Not quite.
Do you happen to know anyone in the city who would carry such a thing?
Not necessarily. The bag of holdings generally come in satchel size.
Very good. How about, do you happen to know of an artificer who could enchant a common bag in such a way?
Not anybody that I can come up with off the top of my head. I imagine if you ask around town a bit, you could probably find someone.
Lilith will cut in to see if she can persuade this guy.
Okay. Show me what you got.
All right. Hello, honey. Now, to benefit us both, I do ask for a discount, please, because I can provide great marketing for you and direct people to your star and get you more clients, meaning you'll get more profit in your business in the end. Basically, I scratch your back, you scratch my back sort of deal.
Okay. Well, give me that persuasion roll.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit!
Could have swayed.
Well, if I'm going to have the great Lilith Sings promoting my shop.
Singer.
Lilith Singer. Sorry. Lilith Singer promoting my shop. That's pretty good. All right.
Pretty good. Don't.
Pretty
It's
amazing.
gonna be great.
My apologies.
Thank you.
All right. I could give you guys the bag half price.
Sounds good.
That sounds fantastic. Lilith, was there anything particular you were looking for?
Oh,
I mean, this man is clearly a huge fan of yours. I'm sure he'd love to see you wearing something of his on stage.
Absolutely, I would.
what do you suggest here?
I've got just the thing. And he digs into under the desk and he pulls out a necklace that has an eye-shaped amber jewel pendant. And it's got a symbol. It's got a U with a line down and two lines, and then what looks like a closed eyelid on the amber.
Oh, I can't wait to draw this.
And he says, this is an amulet against protection against detection of location. Now, I imagine a famous woman like you could definitely use something like this. I imagine people are looking for you all the time. And certainly you are entitled to your privacy.
The information's going on one ear and out the other because she's just like,
She's just like, it's so pretty.
it's so shiny.
it's like a beaded kind of silver chain. Yeah.
Oh my, this is just gorgeous.
For the great Lilith Sing, I could offer Lilith Singer. I could offer this for 150 gold pieces.
She bats her eyes to see it will go a little bit lower and
Give me
gestures
another persuasion check to see if you can get even more. All right, he says, "Okay, for you, 100 gold pieces."
She gives him a little kiss on the cheek. Thank you, honey. Lilith will remember this.
Oh, thank you. Can't wait to see your next show. Where will you be performing?
I turn my head and look at Kashano and smile.
She'll be at the Avalon Knights Academy, of course.
Oh, I'll definitely have to come out and see.
Yes, what he said. Of course. Please.
Please do join us. So yes, I will gladly take the lot of it.
Right.
Kind of 424 gold pieces. Look
All right.
and say, this one's on me, guys. I really appreciate.
Redan insists and keeps his money on the table.
Ah.
Fair enough. All right. So Kashano's gonna pay 174.
All right.
For the amulet, the 2 healing potions, and he's gonna pay in advance for the coin plate.
Very well.
Mm.
He says, would you like me to notify you, or would you have me send the coin to you once it's done?
Would it be possible for you to have it sent back to the Avalon Knights Academy? I'm uncertain how long we'll be in town.
Absolutely.
Very good.
All right, I'll have it sent off to the academy as soon as it's done.
Very much appreciated. And I have to say, it's great doing business with you. Do hope that you'll come visit us at the academy. And if you should ever come by, any sort of interesting items you've acquired in the meantime that the lovely Lilith might enjoy, you should bring those by.
Oh, I'll certainly bring it out.
Fantastic.
I'll bring the trade caravan if I come out.
That would be lovely. Could be a great business opportunity for you. We draw quite a crowd.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Fantastic.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
Anything else you guys want to do in town? It's the city of splendors. We can literally do anything in the world here.
I
She's
have
just
no
looking
more
at the
money.
I am poor now.
Let
Well,
me
just-
treat you, sir. You've saved my life selflessly.
The treat, if we're drinking, it's on me. You gentlemen know how to take a girl out. Now, which one of you lucky folks would like to put this necklace on me?
Redan walks over and just picks her up and squeezes, gives her a big hug for that
Aw.
bargaining. I will do this for you.
She goes, "Ooh, Redan! Settle down.
Nice.
Love shopping and the bargaining you can do."
This is going wonderfully. All right. So that happens. You guys gonna go out and do some more shopping, or are you gonna just go party for the night?
As we step out, I do lean to Kashan and be like, "What was that man's name anyways? I forgot."
Oh, fuck.
His name was Osmond.
Osmond. Good.
There you go.
Good.
Got it.
Remember that for me, gentlemen. Thank you. And wanders off to see where's the bar.
All right. So you guys go find a bar. While you guys are going to find a bar, we go to our good friend Gilbetta as she's praying. So Gilbetta, you hear the voice of Salune calling out to you again. It says, "Moon daughter, what answers do you seek?"
Oh shit, she asked me a question. Oh god. Gilbetta wasn't prepared. Oh god.
She's just like, I don't know.
She's like, oh, there's so many things. I know I probably only get one fucking question. Oh god. All right, so she says, after she like freaks out for a minute.
Okay.
Gilbetta says, in her pray head, of course.
Right.
She's like, so when I was here before, you told me to beware of the smile in the darkness. I've been just wrecked.
I've been wrecked, Salune. You done wrecked me.
Uncertainty. Just been wrecked.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck that was about. I said I've been wrecked with trying to figure this out. I don't. Is this a metaphorical sense? Is there someone that I should not trust? I don't trust easily. I'm sure you've noticed.
So just like full of uncertainty, just asking questions like, what do I do? What does this mean?
Is there someone I shouldn't trust? Is there an actual darkness with an actual smile? What is it about the mermaid with the city under the water that I saw?
You gotta start taking notes. All right.
Like, I don't.
She says, calm yourself, Moon Daughter. Just move with caution. Nothing exact can be seen, for the future is always uncertain. But know that darkness moves against you. And it lurks in many places, so remember to remain on your guard. The moon's light will protect you, but it can only go so far.
I will always. I was gonna say I will come back to the moonlight every chance I get.
And it will
I
welcome
felt
you with open arms.
She's gonna say, and she's gonna say, "I feel your light." And then
All right.
she like puts her hand on the
All right. You put your hand on it,
thing.
and you feel very calm. You feel very at ease and at peace with this.
Mhm.
All right.
Whew.
So
Damn.
that happens. Zavel, you're out partying, enjoying the high life. You got friends in every town, so you end up finding some people and going out drinking.
He remembered his sense of purpose. Okay.
Yeah,
He
you
was
know,
like,
like,
"Oh
he's
shit,
got-
I'm supposed to be doing something."
So you start asking around, and you do hear the word on the street is that someone has, if not seized control, but there is someone else controlling the Rogue's Order Black Hand.
Okay. Does anybody have any intel on like who or any rumored
Nobody
know.
knows who, but the more people that you talk to, everybody's saying the same story, is that the operations of the order have changed drastically and very suddenly. Almost as though they're afraid to step out of line for something.
All right. Well, I mean, shit. Obviously, it wasn't Jim who was the old leader. So who the fuck was the old leader? Like,
Yeah, the old leader was a
Was it? It was like Rolando or
yeah, Rolando. He was
like
a
that?
he's a Drog or a deep orc or a deep dwarf.
oh.
Yeah.
Who the fuck had beef with him? Like, there's so many names Zabel can't remember.
No,
everything.
there's tons of people that could have had beef with him, but the word on the street was that he found a way to basically subjugate the entire power structure of Waterdeep to the point that he was untouchable. So if something has happened to basically reduce his power on the board, it had to have been substantial.
Zabel has to use his brain meats right now, and that's not a good time for him.
It's just like I'm not 100% to process this information.
Oh man, so he's just like trying to think of it, like what could possibly be, what's what. I'm gonna roll a history check.
Okay.
Unless you want me to roll a more suitable check for this.
No, roll a history check for me.
Okay, we'll see if Zabel remembers anything. Maybe the alcohol has like contributed to his long-term memory. Well, no,
you ain't got nothing.
Not.
But the other thing you find out from investigating and chatting people up in bars is that the Black Network is back in town.
That's a good or bad thing for Zabel. I mean, at least the Black Hand and Yardar is on friendly terms with him for now.
It's all over the place.
Does he have any contacts here in Waterdeep that are like associated closely or part of that Yartar chapter of the Black Hand?
No, not quite. You're a
No?
long way from Yartar.
Wait, the Black Hand or the Black Organization? I keep getting them mixed
The
up.
Black
Hand.
Network and the Rogues
Black
Order
Hand.
Black Hand, or Rob.
Does he have any friendlies here in Waterdeep, like outside of those, that you drink and party with, but like, like close associates that you can like?
Oh, I don't know. Give me another investigation check to see if you have any close friends that are linked to any of these organizations. No, you don't know.
Yeah, no,
If anybody-
he's gonna walk on homeboy to Yartar.
If anybody knows, you're not linked with them, or if anybody does know, they're not telling you about it.
Fuck. Is there any people that he can, work with for intel in the Zabel way?
You feel like the most information that you're gonna get, you've kind of gotten already. You think if you probe a little further, you might start to get yourself in trouble. And you're all by yourself.
Man, Zabel's just gonna drink and be sociable, and
All right.
the gym that he is.
All right. Drink and be sociable. The next round of drinks that comes to you, make a constitution check.
We're doing this, huh?
We're doing this.
Waterdeep Zabel heist.
Here we go.
I missed you too, Puck. I've missed you too.
Oh, shit.
Oh no! Looks like
Blackout.
we're going on a rescue mission.
I had a feeling because my rolls were shit. I'm just like, oh man.
They're going down.
They were all used for the fight
They're
earlier.
all used for the other stuff. So you feel faint. You do not feel well. And you are starting to lose
Tell me
consciousness.
about it, BJ.
Oh no.
Okay.
And Zavel blacks out in the tavern, drinking with his friends. And we'll have the stirring conclusion of that in a bit. Meanwhile, our friends wrap up what they're doing.
Oh god.
So you guys go out and party it up for the night. You spend about another 50 gold just partying up.
Oh yeah, for sure. Lilith is
Yeah.
out on
Yeah, like-
stage.
Like doing private rooms and, bottle service, the whole nine. Do you guys go shopping some more or just party out?
I want to see if there's any more sort of magical looking shops open. I'd really love to find something to aid in the disguising department.
Something to aid in the disguising department?
Yes, if I could find a place with some sort of magical item to help disguise me, that would be absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to drunkenly wander into some shops.
All right, you drunkenly wander into some shops. You find that drunkenly wandering into shops at night asking for less than reputable items, such as things using to disguise your face and that kind of thing, doesn't get you very far.
No. You don't understand. It's fine. It's not anything.
I'm in a play.
It's a security thing.
Yeah, no, people don't. You feel like you might have. This is a place where you need to go to like seedy underground places and use thief cants to find these items.
I mean, I know shady people. I have friends in low places. I don't know thieves can't, but I know some shady people. I'm not dealing with this tonight.
You do know some shady people.
Let's go back.
All right.
Lilith would do that thing where she's just like hovering over and be like, yeah, but give the man what he needs.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Don't you know who I am?
Let's do this tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. It'll be fine.
Her dad comes up, picks
Are you
picks
sure?
one up under each arm. Like, I'm sorry for this.
You
Carts them home.
Then talk to me, Dan. It's good thinking.
Okay.
Woo,
So-
this is fun.
Everyone makes it back to the estate except for Zabel. who doesn't make it back to the estate because something else is happening to Isabel.
Danger.
Danger, stranger danger, stranger danger. Gilberta, do you go back to the guest house to sleep, or do you spend the night in the...
Gilberta's staying in the temple.
You're spending the night in the temple.
Because
Okay.
she has not been in temple in a really long time. So.
Okay. All right.
Did she take a stone with her?
If she had one, she took it with her. I don't remember. I think I had one.
I think you guys had like a spare to kind of trade between you guys. So.
Yeah, because we had
three total.
Yeah.
We had 3 total. Cookie
One
has
was
one.
Cookie,
Kashano has
two.
one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
Kashano had one and I had one.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
as he's being carried, Kashano's gonna be like, Betty, what's going on? Where are you?
Nope. It must go off in Rodan's pocket because Gilberta
Just
doesn't have it.
you hear an echo.
Betty!
Bernie!
She's here somewhere. I can hear a phone.
Yeah.
All
While
right.
that's happening, Lilith would go, if she can reach from the other side of Radan's body, poking at Kashano. I'm noticing a pattern with you, Kashano. Trying to poke at his face.
What?
Trouble. There's always trouble around you.
What? All the time. What do you mean? Why is me?
Poke.
Why are you saying it's me?
Yes. Now she's drunk crying.
Redan starts shaking the two of them. You are worse than children.
Sorry.
This is the best.
He's a little bit on Redan's feet. He says, sorry, and he tries to cast prestidigitation.
It's like cleaning parts of the street.
Or accidentally casting like Thunder Wave.
Thaumaturgy. Ah!
I love every part of this. All right, so eventually you guys make it back. Redan, you toss them in their respective rooms to go to sleep.
I cannot.
As the night goes on, Kashano,
Oh no.
your room. Oh.
We're good.
Okay. Kashano, in your room, something slithers in from a hole at the bottom of the wall. And because you are so inebriated, you are unable to perceive this in your sleep. And it comes up and sinks its teeth into your leg. And does so heartedly. I want you to make a Constitution save with disadvantage.
With disadvantage, fuck you.
See what I said? Trouble follows. It finds him.
This is why I did not want to come back to Waterdeep.
Lilith gets it.
So, in your sleep,
Shit.
you wake up in intense pain as you take 17 poison damage.
Jesus Christ.
This.
Oh.
Isn't that more than what you had?
Oh. Hanging on.
This is not Kashana's day.
And you wake up in intense pain. You take the 17 poison damage, and you see under the sheets a viper has its fangs deeply embedded in your thigh.
Oh.
Going to
Yes.
reach down and, as I'm screaming in utter pain,
Okay.
I'm going to reach down and try to grab it right behind the
Thank
head.
you, VJ. Okay.
I am familiar with snakes.
Okay.
Have
Give me
actually been bitten by a snake in my sleep before. Kashano has
give
been
me an attack roll with your strength modifier
bitten.
to grab this snake.
Okay. there's a D20.
What's your strength
Oh.
modifier?
All right, it's not supposed to be. Oh wait, no, that's fine. And my strength is 1. Just a 1.
Just a 1? Okay.
It's a good time to roll a 19.
Yeah, a 20 is fine. You grab it by the head and pull it off your leg.
Oh God, that hurts even worse.
Yeah, this doesn't feel great. You take another 3 damage.
Okay, and then he passes out with the fucking.
So, Redan, shortly after you drop Kashano off, you hear a scream from his room.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to perception this to see if it's just like a drunk scream or a pain scream.
Okay.
I'm not okay.
Oh my gosh.
There were multiple screams, one on the wake up and one on the tear out.
Yeah. So yeah, you're able to perceive it as a danger scream. I can't hear you.
Run back in with the maul out and screaming for help.
Okay. You run back in with the maul out. You're screaming for help. Lilith, make a perception check with disadvantage because you are pass out drunk.
God damn it.
Yeah, the way she passed out, she's still snoring in bed, drooling.
Servants are rushing up, so you run into the room. There's a viper. All right, so you hear it, but you don't. No,
Still good.
yeah, you still hear it. You still hear
What? The hell woke me up? Oh my
You
head.
hear Redan calling out for help. Redan, you burst into the room. There's a viper coiled up on the floor, and Kashano is unconscious in his bed, bleeding from his leg.
Oh my gosh. I hope I can make it in time to use healing word on him.
Yeah, I got nothing, so I'm going Hulk smash on this thing.
Okay, roll me an attack roll. It's not going to take much. It's only a viper. Yeah, it's dead. that's
All right, well, that's good.
that's all it takes. So you Hulk smash this snake, and it's like,
Leave a hole in the ground.
yeah, no, there's a dent.
Yeah.
There's a visible dent in the floor, and servants run up to try and help.
I pick Kashano up and start carrying him towards sound.
All right, so yeah, you hear Lilith waking up in her room.
Who the hell has woken up the great Lilith Singer? As she steps out and opens the door and just goes towards the sound of where she thinks where the echo came from.
You come out and you see
Unconscious right now.
Redan carrying unconscious Kashano bleeding from his leg.
He needs healing.
This is what I mean, Radan.
Later.
What I mean.
We can talk about this later. He is unconscious.
She goes and sings. It's like, please heal this wound, so I can hit him when he wakes up.
I love this healing song. Okay. That's great. So that happens.
Right there.
All right, and how much healing do you bestow on him?
Oh, let's find out. Okay. I'll just go ahead and do a level 2 healing word.
Okay.
Can you roll for me?
Sure. How much dice do you get?
Let's see. It's 2d4 plus 5.
Okay. So he gets 10 health.
Whew. Okay.
So you awaken after some healing.
He comes.
Can you heal the
Still. Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Slap across the face. Shadow.
What the fuck just happened?
We're bitten by a snake. Can you heal poison?
I can heal all kinds of shit. He takes one of the potions out of his pocket that you just saw him buy.
Ah. Shopping is good.
Yeah. All right.
Drink down that greater healing potion.
Okay.
Will that save you from the poison that is within your body?
I fucking hope so.
Well, I ain't sucking it out.
Yeah, you're okay.
Sucking out
Madame.
poison is a falsity. It does not do anything.
You're okay. This saves you from the poison.
Awesome.
All right.
Kashana, what the hell happened? leave me alone for 10 seconds? I don't know. I just woke up.
I've got to say, this lord is a shitty job of security. He's got holes in the walls. There's snakes everywhere. People are getting attacked.
Obviously, someone's trying to assassinate you.
I turn to the servants. I'm like, does this shit happen a lot around here?
No, this is the first time we've seen any of this. This is the most exciting night we've ever had in this house.
Well, what the fuck? Who's watching the perimeter?
There are alarm spells all over.
How did a snake get past the alarm?
I don't know. We'll have to check the room.
I mean, I've seen the wards on the doors and the windows, and how
It was a snake?
it was a snake. It came in through somewhere. I don't know. I just woke up. There was a snake on my leg. I don't. What the?
Of course. Animals aren't good or evil. They have no allegiances. The alarm spell wouldn't work.
Lilith wants to do an insight check to see if he seems to be like.
Why would it come directly into the room and bite me on the leg? That's not typical behavior for any sort of snake, especially a viper. I'm too big for it to eat.
Maybe somebody sent it after you.
No shit. Well, last horse makes it out of the gate. How the fuck did somebody enchant a viper and get it past you? What kind of shitty ass magical wards? I swear to God.
Perhaps it wasn't enchanted. Maybe it was just trained.
Trained snake. A trained attack snake. Come on.
They've been employed by the Black Network before.
I thought the Black Network had been driven out of this town.
The gentleman outside the bar said for you to sleep well.
No, yeah, that was the little that little fucker.
Can I do an insight check on this guy to see if he's like
Give
suspicious?
me a roll. Give me a roll.
You know what?
He seems like he's legit. He's in between excited and terrified at this point.
Wow, he must have a really boring life if he's excited about this.
Yeah, no, look, this is very abnormal for these people.
Koshan is going to go over to the nearest window and throw it open and just yell out, "You can't kill me, motherfuckers! Indestructible!"
Wide eye, slack jaw, just tilt her head like, oh my god.
The last time I did something like this to a player, they tried to tame the snake.
Oh, that's so nice of them.
They wanted to keep it. They went unconscious taming the snake. But anyways. So, Kashano, do you go back to your room?
Yes, I go back to the room and I turn the fucking light on.
All right, you go back to your room, you turn the light on.
Nowhere's safe. I'm sick of fucking hiding. No fucks left to give.
Lilith wants to go follow.
You notice the snake has a pattern painted on it.
What sort of pattern?
If you spread out the snake, it says in Undercommon, "Welcome home."
Any particular handwriting I recognize?
Well, I mean, it's painted, so it's hard to say handwriting. Writing on a snake isn't exactly the same as like writing on Pontra. That's some CSI Waterdeep bullshit that you don't necessarily possess.
Fuck, I was gonna say like, oh, let me do a history check, but there's billions of people who want to kill him here, so that's not gonna help. Quick history check for strongest enemy I know from the Underdark.
Okay.
Who can I think of down there? Oh, fuck yeah.
Ooh.
You can't think of anybody in the Underdark that would try to kill you this way, but this is the Black Network's MO.
Oh, so who do I have a history with from the Black Network that I know of?
Well, you guys did just run afoul of them in Neverwinter.
But the welcome home makes me think it's someone from my past.
But maybe somebody from your past has joined the Black Network.
Okay, so I don't know of anyone.
You don't know?
That's
nobody you knew previously has been affiliated with the Black Network.
Okay.
But that's why this is somewhat unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
So,
just pissed.
We'll leave that there.
Done.
Dun dun dun.
Incredible.
Oh my gosh.
God damn.
Join us next week when we find out who stole from Lord Devonian Zelos, who drugged Zavel, and where did he end up? Who tried to kill Kashano with a snake? These answers and more next week on Mercs of Mischief.
And don't forget to stay tuned tomorrow to